What's up guys, it's They Coming, and I'm back from my vacation to the United States of America. I had an awesome time visiting my family and friends and going on a couple excursions while I was there, namely Denver Live. Some of you may have been following me on Twitter throughout the event as I was posting pictures and things. I was actually able to sit at King of the North's Twitch desk for a nice chunk of time and help rack up some good donations for the children's charity that we were supporting, and get to commentate on some of the live raids from the on-site war there. That was super fun. I cannot wait for the next Clash Life event. I will most definitely be returning for the one this summer. Anyways, Boston Tea Party had an incredible war versus TWSS. They're a great stand-up clan, part of the EWA, not to be confused with Boston Tea Party's alliance, the UWA, and this was super close, as you can see. 83 to 83 stars, 93.5% to their 91.63%. Boston Tea Party winning by about 2%. That was a great victory for us. There were so many excellent attacks, and I'll be showing you some of my favorites today. First, let's go ahead and check out our six-packers, my team. Mr. Smiley and Sphere, our top two Town Hall 11s, six-packing on their Town Hall 10 dips. Definitely necessary these days. As we move down, Boston Beer Party. He's away for the CWL Light matchup. Currently, he's six-packed. I six-packed. Let's see, keep moving down. Elrond, or otherwise known as Sean, six-packed. Mr. Matt, six-pack. Luke Bradley, six-pack. JT, six-pack. So some really great six-packs this war. So let's get right to these attacks. The first one I'm going to show will be Mr. Smiley, hitting number 4 with the coveted bitch attack. That's Bowlers and Witches. This is a common strategy used for Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 11 versus Town Hall 10 or 10.5 dips. In this case, he's attacking at 10.5, and these attacks can be very close depending on the base that you're hitting. It's to a large degree one of these set it and forget it attacks, but if you don't get your spell placements timed out properly, and if you don't get that Warden ability, this will not work. So the plan was solid. Let's see how it goes. He's dropped Bowlers and Witches and 2 jump spells. Large portion of the Bowlers and Witches are going into the base, which is desirable. He's used the Warden's ability. First rage spell down, second rage spell down. They're going across the second jump. And as you can see on the sides here, he's got 2-3 bowlers and 3 witches. On the other side, he just lost his last bowler, but he's got a few witches as well. And what these witches do is they basically, just because they're spawning skeletons so fast, the point defenses cannot keep up, and the witches and the skeletons are able to pick off point defenses across walls as they sort of clean the sides of the base. Meanwhile, on the inside, everything is petered out except for the Grand Warden and the Queen, and they are going to be coming in clutch at the very end here. So, here we go. 1 more balloon. 2 more balloons coming in to get these point defenses as quickly as possible. Queen has to expend the ability to stay alive. That Expo is putting some work in on that last balloon, but the Queen is able to step up with the help of some archers tanking for her to take out that Expo. Meanwhile, this witch has finally beaten through the wall up here, and he's got 1 minion in the bag. But look at this bottom side. He's got 2 witches down here and a horde of skeletons coming. That's going to be coming in clutch here. Minion to come up here. That was actually 2 witches. They were just so grouped up there. Anyways, Queen is going to beat through this wall and be the hero to take out this Inferno Tower. Meanwhile, the skeletons, there's just too many skeletons on this 3 o'clock position right now for this to be such a problem. He is going to be able to come in clutch here, and you will see exactly why. The witches are spawning skeletons too rapidly for this Archer Tower to keep up. That last witch will go down in that compartment, but what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Skeletons on the wall. Skeletons melting the wall. Witches hitting that Archer Tower. Oh, what's going to happen here? The witch does go down. What's going to happen? But that is just hanging on by a sliver of health. And the skeletons will come in for the cleanup on the Archer Tower. Nice job, Mr. Smiley. Let's move on. Next will be Sphere hitting number 7. And he is bringing the Gobo Lalo. This was also a prescribed dip, and he almost has an unfortunate fail here due to some queen pathing, but he still crushes it. So look at the value he gets out of this bowler. The bowler was dropped on the gold mine. He ends up bouncing onto the mortar there. Bowler's going to get the laboratory. Meanwhile, he's got baby dragon down here at 6 doing some funneling. The golem is tanking for some wall breakers, but the wall breakers don't make it in, so he's going to have to wait a little bit longer to get those wall breakers to break that wall. Meanwhile, the bowler is still getting value. The bowler has taken 4 structures by himself. He drops all the wall breakers. He gets in there, and his king, queen, and grand warden. Here come the rest of the bowlers. They are going to be able to come in here, and their plan is to get this Inferno Tower and a couple of these air defenses. Let's see how this goes. Rage down. P.E.K.K.A comes out of the clan castle with a baby dragon. That is a gnarly CC. P.E.K.K.A goes down relatively quickly, and the Inferno Tower is being beat on by the king. How's that going to happen? Warden hits it one more time, but then he changes targets because Queen is hitting something else. So Queen is going to take down the town hall, and it's unclear whether or not that Inferno Tower will be targeted. He starts his Lalo. Here comes the first hound and the balloons, and Queen pops her ability and will not end up turning around to get that Inferno Tower. So at this point, a little bit of a hiccup. Not too big of a problem though. He's going to back in another hound with 2 more loons, take out that archer tower, and they're going to continue to sweep clockwise around this base. That's looking pretty good. Hounds are all going on to the last air defense. He's got 2 hounds sitting on that air defense looking pretty healthy. That first hound will go down. Meanwhile, he's got a nice healthy pack of balloons. What is going to happen here is he has to get on top of these wizard towers so that when he gets on top of the Inferno, he has enough. But guys, there's just too many balloons. He gets 2 balloons right in on that Inferno, and that is the last air targeting defense of this base. Good job to Sphere. We will 4x it. The rest is just clean up. Good job, buddy. Next, we will be looking at Big Bad Brad on number 12. And he will be bringing the Gobo Lalo. This is a 10 versus 9.5. Remember, on my channel, when I talk about attacks, the offense attacking will always be the Town Hall level that you currently are. I will never say 9.5 versus 9.5. That just doesn't make sense. So this is a Town Hall 10 versus 9.5. He's coming in here with the Gobo Lalo, like I said, and he gets a really great value on his entry. I really liked this. The golem is tanking quite a bit. The wall breakers are good. The king and the queen are down with the bowlers. They're going to beat down the enemy queen. The rage is down. King's going to pop the special ability. Walk in there and smack that queen in the face. Bowler's doing work. First air defense down. Second air defense down. CC has been pulled, and queen is going to turn around and get the balloon and that golem eventually. Then he's going to start his Lalo from about the 6 o'clock position. Lava Hound sweeping across the base. He's going to get a haste down here. Yep. And notice this Tesla farm. This is such a clutch heal. He pops his heal because he knows Tesla farms require heal spells or rage spells. And since there was not an air defense tanking that area, or the air defense wasn't close enough to that Tesla farm, he had to pop that heal spell to keep those balloons alive, otherwise they would have been cooked. Meanwhile, his Lalo is still doing wonderfully, progressing clockwise around the base. The queen is going to get 1 more defense here, that archer tower, and she will go down. But he's lost his hounds, but he has about 10 balloons left. So nice job, Big Bad Brad. The last balloons will close in on this archer tower, and the rest is just clean up. Good job, man. I really liked the entry there, just how much value he got carving out basically a quadrant of the base for the loon pathing, and then also just that heal spell on top of that Tesla farm. I honestly think that was the clutch moment. If that Tesla farm had not been properly dealt with, he would not have won this raid. Good job, buddy. Moving on, we're going to be looking at Q-Tech hitting number 15. And he will be bringing the Queen Walk or Queen Charge Lalo. I don't know exactly how to classify this, but what I loved about this attack was how he starts it. You know, when you're doing a Queen Walk or Queen Charge, right, you're going to drop the queen with the healers. Well, right here there are 3-point defenses, and what he recognizes is that if you were to drop the queen first, she would have been tanking all of that point defense. So what he does instead is he drops the baby dragon first to tank the archer tower. That way the queen is only tanking 1-point defense to start this raid. For this reason, he does not have to expend a rage or use the ability to handle this section. So here we go. So notice There's 1 point defense on the baby dragon. The other point defense is on the queen. And she's going to step up in just a second and take out this cannon. So because she didn't have to deal with 2 point defenses for very long, she's able to make it through that section without using a rage, without using the ability. Really beautifully scouted, beautifully executed there. Good timing on that. That worked out very nicely. She is going to path south just like he wanted. Meanwhile, he's dropped a king, a wizard, and a baby dragon to set some more funneling so the king can walk in here and smack around, ideally one of the royals, I believe. This baby dragon will get immense value taking out that cannon, then stepping over and getting the archer tower. Meanwhile, the CC has been triggered. King is going to get Pearl Harbored pretty fast by all those point defenses. Rage down, but there's a lot of point defense on queen. He will have to expend the ability here to take out queen, this wizard tower, this bomb tower, and this expo. So she gets immense value there. That looked really hot, really sexy on that. Just tons of value so far on this queen charge. And he started his Lalo. He's got 2 hounds sitting on that AD. He's got a 3rd hound coming in on the same AD. Rage down. Gonna push these balloons and lava hounds clockwise around the space. I don't know what's going on with clockwise today. All of it's been clockwise, no counterclockwise. Where's the counterclockwise love, guys? And here comes the next rage spell right over this Tesla farm region. That's looking really good. Meanwhile, 2 back-end loons to hit this wizard tower, which would potentially threaten his main pack coming in. Good job there. Unfortunately, one of the 2 remaining hounds does not pop, just barely has a sliver of health left, but it doesn't matter. The rest is just clean up. Smartly holding on to 1 balloon to clean 1 end of the trash ring there. And queen, of course, is still alive. She's going to be available to assist with that cleanup. Q-Tech smashed it, man. Really poor base design here, but still, gotta take them apart. Good job. Next, we're going to be looking at our very own BBP, Boston Beer Party, hitting number 16, and he's going to be bringing the Shattered Gobo Lalo. And I picked this raid because the timing at the very end of this it just brings out kind of a fine point of Laloon, and it was something that I actually sort of tapped into recently when I was watching a video on ring bases and how to take apart ring bases and how to make, basically how to force your troops where you want them to go. And that, I mean, it comes down to funneling, but with air, sometimes, you know, we have to practice that kind of funneling aspect. So anyways, he's got the 2 golems. He had an unfortunate wall breaker fail, but that's getting up being okay. The king is going to beat the wall, and as soon as that happens, he will drop his bowlers. Bowlers, fortunately, do redirect to go inside, and that was a saving grace here. The jump down, the poison down. He is going to end up popping a rage. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The baby dragon should fall to that poison spell. It is a level 5 poison, and they're going to get the first air defense shortly after the queen. Yes. And then the second air defense. Come on, air defenses. Leave me hanging here. Yeah, okay, so 2 air defenses down. It is time to start the Lalo. He's starting it from 12 o'clock, going counterclockwise. There is the counterclockwise love we've been looking for. And that's looking good so far. 2 balloons, targeted balloons, coming in on this mortar. Now, watch what I'm talking about here. He sends this last hound in here from 9 o'clock, and he's going to pop a rage on this wizard tower farm. They're going to cut the pathing for these loons to go right in on the air defense. If he had not cut in like this, they would have continued to miss that air defense, and that could have potentially really wrecked him. It would have wrecked him because he runs out of hounds here, and all he has is balloons to come in on the final air defense and expo. Good job on Boston Beer Party for pulling that one out in some sexy style. Awesome, man. Loved the attack. The rest is just clean up. Great job. Now, keep this video short. Let's go ahead and cut that one there, and let's move right on to my attack, finally. And I'm going to be bringing you the Stoned Bitch. Now, that sounds horrible. I know, guys. I believe it's number 22 here. Yes, this is the Stoned Bitch. Now, the front end of this attack is something that I am all too familiar with, and if you watch this channel, you should be too. Stoned referring to 3 golems, and bitch referring to bowlers and witches. I can't control the lingo, so please don't be mad at me for that. But the reason that that I was able to do this is because there was a failed attempt prior to me, and I knew that this outside area here did not have any giant bombs. So the witches that come in, because all of these structures are exposed on the outside, they're able to just sort of march down here, and the skeletons are spawning too fast for the pointy Vinces to catch up. So this ends up turning out pretty sexy. Let's go. So I'm going to enter from about the 10, 11 o'clock position over here on this face, dropping my 3 golems up top. And this was clutch. It came down to like the last 2 seconds. So here we go. First 2 golems down, several wizards to funnel this out. I have to get these 2 corner structures, the mortar and this wizard tower here. I do take a targeted balloon to jump in on this mortar, and that does go down very nicely for me. The jump is down. All 3 golems are walking into the base. That's looking good. Mortar does go down just like I had planned. Wizard tower will go down, and this nice, beautiful funnel for these 3 golems, both heroes and the bowlers to walk in, has been established. That's looking good. The rage spell is dropped. Bowlers are going to rush up, smash some of these defenses, and on the bounce, they will end up getting this cannon over here, but they do not end up getting this cannon, and that kind of almost screws me here. You'll see why. The heal is going to be dropped. The heal was dropped, sorry, to keep those bowlers on the back end alive. The king ability will be expended to attempt to deal with this queen, but will not quite get it. The poison has been dropped to help the queen deal with pups. And here comes the witches from 12 o'clock. And as you can see, I dropped this jump so that the golem would jump into this compartment and do some tanking for the queen. As she gets in and takes out this Tesla farm, queen will step up finally and get that cannon. Thank you, queen. And I have 7 untouched witches that will be marching clockwise around this base. I dropped a skelly spell on the queen to finish her off because she did not go down on the entry. And it's just going to be this sort of overwhelming skeleton army coming through here with the witches to take out the rest of the base. So let's watch how this turns out. Tons of skeletons. Oh my gosh. Look how fast the town hall goes down with all the skellies. Boom, 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 boom. Oh man, that was melt. That was melt. Queen will finally beat through the wall here, take out the air defense. Looking pretty sexy. More skeletons take out that archer tower with ease. Queen is going to go ahead and come down here and get that cannon. That was actually pretty clutch there. Wizard to help sort of push, keep these witches focused so that as they round this corner, they will end up going into this expo compartment directly. One witch is going to go down here. A second witch will go down as well, I believe. Yep, one more witch goes down, but then that's it, guys. There's just too many skeletons, and the skeletons are now closer to this expo than the witches are. They're going to beat the wall. It's kind of coming down to time, guys. As you can see, I've only got about like 30 seconds left in this raid, and it was like a 1 or 2 second timer that I was fighting there. So Wizard oddly steps up and targets this air sweeper. I don't really get that. It was behind the Wizard tower, or behind the expo. I don't understand that pathing, but anyways, the horde of skeletons will come in clutch here. The single skellies will get picked off too fast, but as you can see, they are just flying across this map, trying to get in and get this Tesla, full health Tesla, and it is down. So that was a stoned bitch attack for Town Hall 9. I can't say I've ever seen one of those. I just kind of found the situation to sort of MacGyver that, and I guess I've had a fairly large pool of experience to pull from, and I just found that to be the way to go. So anyways, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this war recap with the Boston Tea Party. I'm super happy to be back and looking forward to producing a lot of videos in the coming weeks. Feeling super fired up from being able to meet some good YouTube folks and members of some high-tier clans at Denver Live. I'll be producing a video pretty soon to basically talk about that experience and show some war replays from our on-site war. Anyways, guys, take care. See you later.